We're here on Main Street, Anytown, USA, and we're asking people, do you read the Bible? Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes.
We're doing a man on the street interview, and we're asking people, do you read the Bible?
Definitely. I think it's a great place to find how to live my life. There's a lot of great stuff in there about what God expects and how we're supposed to live life. You know, if you do what He tells us, we can expect that He'll provide for all of our wants and needs. Bookstores should actually place the Bible in the self-help section versus the religious section.
Thank you very much, sir. And you, ma'am?
Yes?
Do you read the Bible?
Why, yes, we read it at bedtime every night. Tommy loves the stories, the heroes in the Bible, like Noah and the Ark, Joshua and the walls of Jericho, Moses and the Red Sea. And actually, his particular favorite right now is David and Goliath. And when he was a baby, his room was like Noah and the Ark, but now he's into David and Goliath. He actually even pretends the oak tree in the backyard Goliath, but he hasn't slayed him yet, so it's good. It's good for kids to have heroes these days.
My parents tried to teach me that stuff when I was a little kid, but there seem to be a lot of rules to it, and times change, people have changed. I think it might have been more relevant in their day. And I'm not really into all that judgmental kind of stuff, and because whatever works for you is fine, whatever works for me is fine. It's not all black and white.
Ma'am! Excuse me, how about you? Ma'am?
Oh, excuse me. Hello, dear. How are you?
Awesome. We are doing a man on the street interview, and we're asking, do you read the Bible?
Oh, I really wish that parents would read it more to their children. Oh, maybe those little heathens would know how to act in school. Oh, those commandments could come in really handy. Like, thou shalt not run in the hallways, and thou shalt not kick thy neighbor. Oh, my personal favorite. Thou shalt not talk back to the teacher.
Oh yeah, I've read the Bible. There are a lot of good stories in there. The kind where good always defeats evil and people learn a lesson. I don't really think all that stuff actually happened, but there are a lot of good morals you could learn.
Sir, pardon me, sir. Sir, do you read the Bible?
Who? Me? Yes, I read the Bible every day. The Bible is more than just a bunch of rules and recommendations on how to live a good life. And it's more than just a bunch of stories about some ancient heroes. The Bible isn't just another story, it's the greatest story ever told. And it continues, even today. I am a part of it, and you are too. Now, there are many chapters in this story, but there's one main character who ties it all together. Jesus. Jesus is the red thread that runs throughout the story. This is his story, and all of the kings, the shepherds, the Josephs, the Marys, you and me, we all point to him.
Before time itself was measured, the voice was speaking. The voice was and is God. This celestial word remained ever present with the Creator. His speech shaped the entire cosmos. Immersed in the practice of creating, all things that exist were birthed in him. His breath filled all things with a living, breathing life.
In the beginning, God created everything, the heavens above and the earth below. And God surveyed everything he had created, savoring its beauty and appreciating its goodness.
In the beginning was the Word.
Eat freely from any and all trees in the garden. I only require that you abstain from eating the fruit of one tree, the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Beware, the day you eat the fruit of this tree, you will certainly die.
Of all the wild creatures the eternal God had made, the serpent was the craftiest.
Die? No. You'll not die. God is playing games with you. The truth is, God knows the day you eat the fruit from that tree, you will awaken something powerful in you and become like Him, possessing knowledge of both good and evil.
The woman approached the tree, eyed its fruit, and coveted its mouth-watering, wisdom-granting beauty. She plucked a fruit from the tree and ate. Then she offered the fruit to her husband, who was close by, and he ate as well.
Things were no longer the same between God and His creation. He could have destroyed them and started over, but He still loved them. He said to the serpent,
I will make you and your brood enemies of the woman and all her children. The woman's child will stomp your head, and you will will strike its heel.
Even though God still loved Adam and Eve, there were consequences for disobedience.
So the eternal God banished Adam and Eve from the garden and exiled humanity from paradise, sentencing humans to laborious lives, working the very ground man came from.
Man's sin separated him from his God, but God had a plan. God's people had rebelled, turned away from him. But God had a plan. He chose a man to be the father of nations.
Now the Lord said to Abram,
Abram, get up and go. Leave your country, leave your relatives and your father's home, and travel to the land I will show you. Don't worry, I will guide you there. I have plans to make a great people from your descendants, and I am going to put a special blessing on you and cause your reputation to grow, so that you will become a blessing and example to others. I will also bless those who bless you and further you in your journey, and I'll trip up those who try to trip you along the way. Through your descendants, all of the families of the earth will find their blessing in you.
Abram believed God and trusted in his promises, and God counted it to his favor as righteousness.